James Harden, James Harden, James Harden. So I had to think kind of long and hard about, my James Harden take after he just laid another egg, what I'm saying, coming out of this last little playoff run, right? So Philly just get beat by Boston, and James Harden scores 9 points in Game 7, scores 9 points with 5 turnovers. And I'm not surprised that it happened because those are the type of playoff performances that he gives all the time when it's a clutch situation or when it's what I'm saying, like when it's game sevens or big time playoff games. And see, it's hard for me to kind of like critique or judge James Harden because on one hand I do see the brilliance that James Harden supporters and everything like that speak on, right? James Harden has had a hell of a career. If you look at his resume, man, his resume tough. Only thing his resume is missing is a championship, man. He got the numbers, he got MVP, he got the All Stars, he got the All NBAs. You know what I'm saying? He got scoring titles, assist titles. You know what I'm saying? All that shit, man. But when it comes down to what I'm saying, big playoff moments, the man fold up like a lawn chair. And I've been on record saying that give me him over Kevin Durant. Not necessarily saying he all around just a pure better basketball player, but I think if you take James Harden, it's a few people in the league that I believe you could do this with. Maybe not now, but in whatever it was considered his prime. I think if you put James Harden on the floor with 4 other basketball players, I don't give a damn who they are, he gonna get 50 games and drag that team to the playoffs. He's done it time and time again. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I can never take away from the man, and that's one thing that I admire about him. And like I say, you know what I'm saying, to bring up KD, because I know somebody will probably be like, man, you just said that. Yeah, I did. Because I don't believe that Kevin Durant is one of those players that you can just put him with any 5 and he can drag him there. I don't think so. But James Harden can do so. Players like LeBron and all them, they, you know what I'm saying, they can do that. And one of the reasons that Harden can do it is because he does a lot on the court. He scores the basketball at a high clip. He assists the basketball at a high clip. He rebounds the basketball. You know what I'm saying? And at one point in his career, he was considered a defender or a decent or good defender. You know what I'm saying? But the way that man is able to do, able to do multiple things on a basketball court, you know what I'm saying? That's something to be applauded. Something to be applauded, most definitely. But it's something about those big playoff moments, man. That man shrinks. And since I am on the real live video, I kind of try to watch what I say, man. But I think the manga a punk, man, or a coward or something like that in real talk. You know what I'm saying? Real life. I think that he actually becomes scared of that moment. I think he really is scared of the moments. Now, they won this series, right? They lost this series. I'm just give you an example. They lost this series in 7. So in the wins, right? In the wins, the man scored 34 points on 60% shooting and 56% from 3. You hear me? 34.5, 34.7 points, basically 35 points, 60.7% field goal, basically 61%, and 56% from 3. In the losses, the man went 12.5% points. 12.5 points, 21.8% field goal, 21, and 12.5, 12.5, huh? And we've seen this time and time again with him when the big playoff moments hit, man. That man punks out, man. He punks out. You can look in his eyes, and it's kind of like he's shocked, or you know what I'm saying? And you got some people that'll just go out firing. A bad playoff game, they just firing, like, forget it. Okay, well, that's not him. he'll just go into a shell and just won't shoot the ball, or won't drive, or you know what I'm saying. Like I say, I really think he freezes up in the moment, and he's scared of the moment, bro. I really do. Um, I saw an article where they talked about um, he want to leave Philly, or he don't want to be coached. He don't want Doc to coach him. And one of the places, first of all, I wouldn't leave because he has a player option, and it's like 34 million. I don't think you're gonna get 34 million a year again. So I'm staying there to get that 34. Now, if y'all want to trade me or whatever like that, that's another thing. But unless I just know that I'm gonna be put in a better financial situation, I'm gonna stay there and thug that last year out and get that 34 million, because you never know if your game is somewhat declining. You never know if you're gonna get another payday like that. So I'm getting my last payday, my last big payday before I move on. Now again, if somebody want to give me, more than that, or equal to that or whatever, then that's a different story. But I don't see that happening. So then they said he might go to Phoenix. I don't think that's a bad idea, to be honest, because if he go to Phoenix, he would be uh, he would be like the third option, right? Third to fourth option, either one, any given night. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker is 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? However you wanna put them, and then whether or not DeAndre Ayton, because I actually think that Harden can probably get a little more out of Ayton, because due to him knowing how to drive the basketball and look for the bigs and stuff like that, pick and roll with the bigs, he may get a little more out of him right now than Chris Paul can. And he's an upgrade from Chris Paul, leaving at the point guard situation right now. So, but the main reason is no pressure. You know what I'm saying? You could just go there and play lackadaisical, have a big night here and there, but all the pressure is on KD and Devin Booker. But that gives them another star. You know what I'm saying? To come in and some big nights. He has some big nights, but that just gives them another player that can make plays. But most importantly, that takes the pressure off Harden, because evidently he's showing that he can't perform well under pressure. So when you come to the playoffs next year, you won't be looked upon to score the basketball, or have big games like you were in Philly and like you will be moving forward in Philly. But I just think Philly, I don't know. I don't know what you do, because maybe you trade Tobias. Now, well, that's a whole nother story. I get on Tobias and all them later. But stop looking at James Harden to be your second option. Stop looking at that. Like, find you another second option. Maybe whether it's Maxey or whatever like that. Use James Harden for his brilliance with distributing the basketball and everything like that. But as far as just thinking he's gonna be that next guy or that, he's not. He's not. And I'm gonna say this before I get out of here. Again, I told you, I think James Harden is dope. I think he's a dope basketball player, first ballot Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? All that. But a lot of people overlook a lot of his flaws, bro. You know what I'm saying? He turned that ball over. His shooting percentage ain't great. None of that stuff. So I don't know. It's kind of iffy with Harden and how to judge him. I see some brilliance in him, but I see some coward in him, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's his biggest problem. I think he ain't built for the moments. He not built for the moments. Nope. Let me know what y'all think, man. Bring in the business. One.